Hi everybody, and welcome to our yoga practice this week. And our yoga practice this week is all about strengthening our core and our lower back, so helping you to relieve any aches or pains that you may hold in your body, in your lower back, your hips, and just strengthening the core, because if the core is strong, then that helps to support our lower back as well. So we're going to begin our practice laying down. So take a moment just to get comfortable on your back and bend the knees. If we bend the knees slightly, it just helps to take the pressure off the lower back. And just rest the palms of the hands lightly on your tummy, and just take a moment just to relax the whole of your body. And just bringing awareness to your spine and relaxing each and every vertebrae down onto your mats, allowing the earth to support your back and your body. And just begin to soften your shoulders, slightly drawing the chin down towards the chest. And just take a nice deep breath in now through the nose. Feel your tummy rise on the in-breath. Hold for that moment, and then exhale long and slow through the mouth, allowing the tummy to soften. And again, nice deep breath in through the nose, filling the lungs to the very top. And then exhaling long and slow through the mouth. And then I'm going to go ahead and just pull the knees gently in towards the heart. And just start to do some gentle circles. So we're just massaging out the lower back, not forcing anything, just gently massaging the lower back and easing away any tension. And continuing to focus on the breath as well. So nice deep breaths in through the nose, and a long, slow breath out through the mouth. And then we're going to go ahead and do circles in the opposite direction. And again, not forcing anything, just gently pulling the knees in down towards the tummy. And we'll do that one more time. And then when you are ready, we'll place the soles of the feet back down onto our mat, hip distance apart. Allow the arms to rest down by the sides of your body, pressing into the palms of the hands. And then just start to lift the hips up towards the sky, just gently bringing the weight into the back of the head, the neck and the shoulders, drawing chin into chest. So just coming into that first bridge. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, mindfully release each and every vertebrae down, one at a time, until the hips come down last. And then repeat that one more time. So we're going to lift the hips up towards the sky, maybe going a little bit higher this time. Just creating that gentle arch in the spine. Nice deep breath in. And then breathing out, release one vertebrae down at a time. And then once the hips have come down, hug the knees back in towards the tummy. And then we're going to take the knees slightly over to the left, not all the way, just slightly coming onto that left side of the glutes. And then gently rolling over to the other side. And then coming all the way back to center, we're going to hug our left knee in towards our tummy. And then just start to take that knee a little bit further out to the side. So we're just starting to open up the hip. And then take a nice deep breath in. And then breathing out, releasing over to the other side. So hugging right knee in towards the tummy. Left leg releases down onto your mat. And then slightly take that knee out to the side. So just opening up the hip on the right side of your body. And then gently release, coming all the way back to center. Take hold of the backs of the knees. We're going to do one gentle rock all the way up into seated. Taking the feet so they're a little bit wider than the hips, and resting the hands down on the shins, coming into our sacral release. So we're going to round the spine, to chin in, really feel that release and stretch across the back of the shoulders. And then taking an in-breath lift, and it's a slight arch of the spine. And then again, moving with the breath, exhale, inhaling lift, exhaling rounding spine, and then inhaling lift. Coming all the way back to center, we're going to stretch our left leg out in front and bring the right sole of your foot against your inner left thigh, and just let that knee, that right knee, drop down and relax. Left toes pointing up towards the sky. Take an in-breath, draw both arms up to the sky, and then as you exhale, we're going to place the right hand either on the outer part of your leg or your ankle or the outer side of the foot, resting the left hand just out behind. Take an in-breath, lengthen through your spine, then as you exhale, maybe go a little bit deeper. So just drawing the forehead down towards your knee. If it feels a bit too tight or intense, just keep that left knee slightly soft. And then breathe here nice and deeply all the way down to the tummy. And then slowly release. Taking it over the other side. So right leg stretches out, left foot against the inner thigh. Inhale, both arms up, and as you exhale, take your left hand to your outer right leg, ankle, or the side of the foot, and rest your right fingertips just out behind. And then just slowly start to lower your chest, your head, feeling that lovely stretch down the side of your body into your lower back. And just try and use the breath just to soften. And take one more final breath here. And then on that exhale, slowly release, coming all the way back to center. Crossing the legs over, so left leg comes in front or gently sits on top. Take an in-breath, lengthen through both sides of your body, and then as you exhale, release fingertips down in front. Staying here or creeping the arms forward away from the body and drawing our chin in towards our chest. You might want to use a little bit of movement here, especially if you feel quite stiff or tight in the lower back. Try and relax the shoulders down, relax the jaw, just tuning into the breath. And then slowly release, coming back to center. We're going to switch legs over to the other side. So right leg in front or gently sits on top. Grounding into both sits bones. Take an in-breath, arms up. And as you exhale, again, just lengthen through your spine. Hinging from the hips, moving into it slowly. Just until you feel a nice stretch somewhere in your body. And then gently draw the chin in towards the chest. You might feel quite a strong stretch, maybe down the right side of your lower back. If not, if you're not feeling anything at all, maybe slide the fingertips further away, but just be guided by your body. And then slowly release, coming all the way back up to center, coming onto all fours. So the knees are going to be hip distance apart and the hands shoulder width apart. Opening the fingers wide, coming into our cat-cow. So really moving with the breath. So it's quite a simple movement, but try and be mindful. Think about each and every vertebrae as you move. So we're going to inhale around the spine, so tailbone under, chin in. And then exhale into cow, the head comes up last. One more time, inhale, rounding spine. Feel that stretch across the back of the shoulders. And then exhaling, coming into cow. Coming into neutral spine, we're going to extend our right leg out behind. We're going to push the heel away, toes down towards the floor. Keep the hips nice and level so you're not twisting out to the side. Stay here, extend your left arm forward so you're coming into that spinal balance. And this is wonderful for just improving your posture, your core strength, the strength in your back. And if that's enough for you today, stay here. Otherwise, we're going to draw the knee and elbow in, round the spine, and then releasing back into spinal balance. 2 more times, moving with the breath. So inhale, round spine. Exhale, extend. 1 more time, inhale and exhale. And just hold it here for a moment. And if you want to go to the next level, reach back with your left hand, bend your right knee and take hold of your foot or your ankle. So it's coming into a little bit of a back bend. And then gently releasing that leg, place both hands back down. We're going to sweep right foot through between our hands, tucking back toes under and lengthen into your low lunge. Resting left fingertips against the inner right foot and slowly open your right arm up to the sky, coming into that twist. Allowing the gaze to fall at the right thumb. And on the next out breath, slowly release, coming back to center. Gently drop your back knee down, toes down, and release slowly back into that hamstring stretch. Drawing the chin into the chest. Either staying there or just creeping the hands further away. Drawing forehead down towards the knee. Trying to soften through the upper part of your back. And then gently release, coming back to center. Taking that leg out to the side, coming onto the outer foot. Placing the hands against the inner right foot. Staying there or releasing down to one or both forearms. And again, just feel free to use a little bit of movement here if you feel any locked, trapped tension in the right side of your hip. And then slowly release, stepping that foot back out behind. And then when you're ready, we're going to take left leg out behind. Squaring the hips, shoulders over wrists. And in your own time, release your right arm forwards, spinal balance. Allowing the bicep to be in line with the ear. Connecting with the breath. When you're ready, inhale, knee and elbow in. Exhale, extend. And again, inhale, round the spine. Exhale, extend. One more time, inhale. Exhale, holding for that moment. And then reaching back with your right hand to take hold of foot or ankle. Taking 3 conscious breaths here, just gently opening the left hip, the right shoulder, creating that lovely back bend. And then slowly release. Placing both hands back down, and then sweep left foot through between our hands, tucking back toes under and extend back leg into low lunge. Drawing the chin slightly in towards the chest. And in your own time, releasing left arm up to the sky. Take a full deep breath here. And then gently release. Back to center, dropping back knee down, toes down. And coming into that hamstring stretch. Left toes pointing up towards the sky. Drawing the chin in towards the chest. And again, maybe just creeping the arms further away from the body. And then gently release. Bringing the weight back into the left foot. Allow that left knee to drop out to the side. Stay here or come down onto one or both forearms. And just take 3 gentle breaths here. Just working out any tension or tightness in that hip. And then on the next out breath, slowly release. Stepping that foot back out behind. Coming all the way up onto the knees. We're going to tuck the toes under. Checking that the knees are hip distance apart, bringing the hands to the heart. Take a big breath in, arms up. And as you exhale, coming into camel. So you can either rest the fists in the lower part of your back for support. And then just push the hips gently forwards, coming into a back bend. Opening up through the heart and the lungs. Or if you wish, take hands out behind, taking hold of the heels, squeezing shoulder blades together. So this is really lovely if you're just invoking energy into the body as well. So if you've been suffering from fatigue or tiredness, it just helps to bring more energy. And then on the next out breath, support the lower back. Place fists into the lower back as we come all the way up. Back onto all fours, tuck toes under. And on your next out breath, release back into your down dog. Feet hip distance apart. Relaxing the head, opening up through the fingers. Lifting up the heels, coming onto the tips of the toes, taking an in breath. And then exhale, release the heels down. One more time, inhale, lift the heels. And then exhale, release the heels down. Coming into our plank, shoulders over wrists. Staying here or dropping the knees down if you're looking after your body. Be mindful not to collapse into the shoulders, push away. If you wish to challenge, raise your right foot off the floor, just an inch or so. And then taking it over the other side, maintaining that nice strength in the upper body, the core. And release both feet down, coming all the way down onto the tummy. From here, we're just going to slide the hands forward towards the front of our mats, press into the fingertips, and then lift up into that back bend. Opening up through the heart and the lungs. If it feels too intense, you can just stay on the forearms. We'll take one more deep breath here, and then exhale, release. Bringing the hands in line with shoulders, tuck toes under, and release back into your down dog. When you are ready, we'll raise the right foot up towards the sky, one-legged dog. Bending right knee, sweep foot through between our hands. Pausing here for a moment in your low lunge before grounding your back heel into your mat. And then just bring awareness to the hips. Keep the hips nice and squared and parallel to your mat. From here, we'll place the right hand or fingertips against the inner right foot and open your left arm up to the sky, coming into that side angle. You can stay here or you can rest that left hand on your lower back and then think about drawing the left shoulder back. Staying here or gently dropping your right shoulder down, reaching through to bind the arms, interlacing the fingers. But if it feels too much, then again, just stay here. We'll take one more deep breath. And if your hands are still connected, release the hands and extend your left arm up to the sky and slowly begin to straighten that front leg coming into your triangle. Grounding into both feet, either keeping the gaze down at the toes or you can take your gaze to the left thumb. And when you are ready, just bending that right knee slightly to protect your back. Come all the way up and we'll switch over to the other side. So bending left knee, ground into your right foot and place your left fingertips or the palm of your hand against your inner left foot. Staying here or resting your right hand on your lower back, drawing that right shoulder back. Staying there or binding the arms if it feels okay. And if you find that the fingertips don't quite interlace, then just be kind to your body and just come back to here. When you are ready, we'll open that right arm up to the sky and slowly release into triangle, straightening both legs, drawing that right arm back. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, soften that front knee and come all the way back up. Coming to the front of our mats, into your mountain pose, feet together. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. And we'll just take a few breaths here. You can soften the knees slightly if you need to, or take hold of the backs of the calves or the heels, and just dropping the crown of the head down. So this is really soothing for the nervous system, stretches out the lower back. If you want a deeper stretch in the lower back, place the flats of your hands underneath the soles of your feet, so the toes are in line with the wrists. Keep the knees soft to begin with, maybe bring a little bit more weight into the ball of the foot. Stay there or slowly begin to straighten both legs. And you should feel a lovely release and expansion through the upper part of your back, your neck, your shoulders. And then slowly release, bending both knees, palms to the hands, palms to the floor. Step back into your down dog. This time the feet are going to be together so big toes connect. If you're looking after your body, then stay here. Otherwise, come back into plank, shoulders over wrists. Use the breath. So on the exhale, push back down dog. And again, inhale, plank. Exhale, push back. 2 more, moving with the breath. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in, plank. Breathing out, push back. When you are ready, we gently drop down onto the knees, crossing the legs over, coming into seated, stretching both legs out in front, and just taking hold of the backs of the knees. So coming into our boat pose, staying really tall and lifted through the spine. If you need to, keep hold of the backs of the knees. Otherwise, if you want to challenge, take the arms out to the side. From here, we're going to lower down slowly and mindfully, just until we get to the point where the shoulders are still off our mat. You can feel the activation of the core. If you need to support your head, then do, or if you need to still take hold of the backs of the knees, that's okay. From here, extend one leg, bring one knee into the tummy, and then moving over to the other side. And again, feel free to support the head just until the core gets stronger if you need to. And we're just taking our time here, so we're not rushing anything. And if you want to work a little bit harder in the core, you can take your legs a little bit lower down towards the mat. We'll do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then rest. Hug knees in towards the tummy. Again, just gently rock from side to side, just massaging out the lower back, and then lifting shoulders. Second set. Again, support the head if you need to, and this time coming into scissors. So one leg up, one leg down, and then over to the other side. Try and keep focusing on the breath. Get that oxygen around your muscles. And if you need to rest, then just rest. We're going to do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. 5. Hug knees into the tummy again. Gently rock side to side. And then on the next out breath, pushing all the way back up into seated and just stretching out the back. Bringing the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to drop out to the side. And either just coming into butterfly, which is here, where we're just gently drawing the knees down, or take the hands underneath the ankles, coming into your turtle. Allowing chin to be drawn into the chest. And maybe closing the eyes for a moment here. All we're focusing on is opening up the sacral, the lower part of our back, releasing any tension or tightness here. And take one more final breath here. And then on the out breath, slowly release, coming all the way back up to center. We're going to cross legs over, come back onto all fours, taking the knees a little bit wider than the hips, tuck toes under, walk the hands back to come into your garland. So for garland, we want to try and get the heels down onto our mat. The toes are slightly turned out. Bring the hands to the heart and the elbows against the inner knees, and gently opening the knees, allowing the chin to be drawn down into the chest. Closing the eyes for a moment here. So this is really wonderful for just balancing out our hormones, our emotions. Physically, it's releasing tension and stress in the hips and the lower back. And if you're feeling that the heels won't go all the way down to start with, and you're feeling a bit tight in the hips, you can use a wall for support. So just take one more final breath here. And then as you breathe out, releasing the hands out in front. And you have the option either just to stay here for a few more breaths, or if you want to go into your crane, which is really good for building up strength in the upper body and the core. So the hands are shoulder width apart. Our focus point would be just in front, so not between the hands, just slightly in front. We come onto the balls of the feet, and we're going to find a ledge on the back of the arm, so above the elbow, just on the back of the arm here, and it's this part of the knee that sits there. So we lift the hips, bend at the elbows, find your ledge. Slowly transfer the weight into the hands, keep looking forwards. Make sure we're not holding the breath, and either release one foot or both feet, trying to connect the toes together. Take a few breaths there, and then when you're ready, releasing back into your garland, and then coming back down onto all fours. Taking legs over to the side into seated. We're going to thread our right leg underneath the left. Staying here if that's enough for you today, otherwise taking our left foot over the top of the right thigh. So coming into our cow face pose. This is really good for keeping the lower back pain free, really good for spinal health. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can bring that foot further back. Aligning the knees as best we can. Try and ground equally into both sits bones. Sit nice and tall through your spine. You might experience a little bit of discomfort here, but just as long as it's not really painful, then exhale. You can take your right arm to your outer left knee and take the gaze over the left shoulder just to go a little bit deeper. And one more nice deep breath in. And then breathing out, release. Stretching both legs out in front, toes up to the sky. We're going to forward fold, but we're really mindful in forward fold. We can really aggravate the lower back if we focus too much on going too deep and where the back starts to round. So it's much better if we think about keeping the spine tall. We hinge from the hips and maybe just coming to here, as long as the back's nice and lengthened. So inhaling, arms up, and then exhaling, forward fold. And just taking one more nice deep breath in, and then breathing out, release. Bending the knees, we're going to thread the left leg this time underneath the right. Staying here or taking foot over the top, or drawing that foot further back. If you find that your spine starts to round over or twist, then be really careful. Just come back to here. You can use your hands, your fingertips, just to press into the mat, just to help ground both sits bones equally into the mat. So really hold your awareness at the sits bones and make sure one's not lifting. And then take a nice deep breath in, arms up. And then breathing out, left arm to the outer right knee and the gaze over the right shoulder. Taking a breath here all the way down to your tummy. This is really good for improving digestion as well. And then gently release, coming back to center, uncrossing the legs. Taking hold of the backs of the knees, we're going to lower down onto our mats. Hug knees in towards the tummy. And then take hold of the big toes with forefingers and thumb coming into your happy baby. Soles of the feet up towards the sky, drawing the knees down, chin in towards the chest. Staying here, extending both legs for a deeper stretch. So this is one of the best ones we can do for lower back pain, hip pain. And then gently release. We're going to cross right leg over the top of the left. Arms down by the side of our body, press into the palms of the hands, and then slowly take the knees over to the left and your gaze over the right shoulder. And take one more deep breath here. And then breathing out, releasing back to center, uncrossing the legs. And slowly taking it over the other side, allowing the gaze to fall over the left shoulder. And then slowly coming back to center, uncrossing the legs. Feet hip distance apart. And we're going to either go into our bridge or our plow. So plow pose in particularly, there's no other pose that stretches out the whole entire spine as best as this one. But if it feels too intense or doesn't feel right for your body, then the variation is coming back into that bridge that we did at the start. But if you're going into plow, we bring our knees in towards our tummy, hands underneath the sits bones, tuck chin into the chest, and then take the legs gently over the head, and keeping the knees slightly soft if you need to. And you can close the eyes here. And we're just moving into it slowly and gently, just bringing more weight over into the neck and the shoulders. And just focus on the breathing here. So you should feel a slight warmth in the base of the throat as you breathe. And you can either keep the hands on the lower back or press into the backs of the arms and the palms of the hands. And this is really wonderful for balancing out your thyroid and your adrenal glands as well, and your metabolism, just bringing everything back into balance. And when you feel that you're ready to release, try and activate the core. So press into the backs of the arms, palms of the hands, and on the out breath, release one vertebrae down at a time. Try and keep the head down onto your mats. So you're rolling the spine down, the hips come down last, bending the knees and hugging knees in towards the tummy. And just gently coming back into those circles. So circling the knees, and then back the other way. And then when you're ready, taking hold of the backs of the knees, we'll do one gentle rock all the way up into seated, hugging knees in towards the tummy, just again, just gently arching that spine, chin into the chest, and then coming all the way back, either into cross-legged, or if you prefer, coming into hero. So we take the legs, we take the knees as wide as the hips, and then sit down onto the sits bones. Be mindful that you're not twisting out at the ankle, so keep everything in alignment. And then bringing the hands to the heart and just gently dropping the chin down towards the chest for a moment, closing the eyes. As we just take a moment just to honor our practice today. Feeling really proud for taking this time out of your day. And just noticing how you're feeling in your body. Notice if the breathing feels a little bit more open and free. And perhaps you're able to think and see a little bit more clearly and calmly. And we'll take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And a long, slow breath out through the mouth. And again, breathing in through the nose. And breathing out long and slow through the mouth. And last time together, inhale. And exhale, hands to hearts, and namaste. And when you are ready, gently opening your eyes, and well done everybody. So I hope you're all feeling good and well. Remember your aftercare, so lots of water, and thank you so much.